I'm a very big fan of Looking Good LCN, and so tell me a bit more about your company.
Hi, I'm Lee.
Hi.
And this is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
I'm the owner of Looking Good LCN. We've been the importers and distributors for South Africa since 2002. And Catherine is one of our trainers. She's been training for us for forever. And so it's really good to have her on our team. Her expertise are phenomenal, and that's why she's chatting with us today as we talk about our problem-solving products. But the company, I must say, has been around. We've started off quite small, we've grown, and our focus really is equipping women to be all they can be, and through that helping them to just grow in the industry. We focus on artificial nail training, hands and feet, and of course, like we're going to discuss today, our phenomenal problem solving when it comes to vulvar fatigue as far as the toenails go, and fungus on the toes and reconstruction toenails.
As you said, we're going to speak more about the problem solving products that you have. What is nail reconstruction? Tell us a bit more about that.
Nail reconstruction is when we construct a toenail or a fingernail where there wasn't previously a toenail or a fingernail. So from absolutely nothing, you gain a nail.
And why would one want to do that?
As women, of course, we always want to look perfect and beautiful. So, walking around in the most fabulous pair of shoes without a toenail can be kind of embarrassing. So now we can give you a toenail where you didn't have one.
And the reasons for losing that nail? Why would one lose a nail?
Often, if you are very sports active, it's often a sports injury where you lose your toenail. Other times it can be a fungus or other disease or disorder that causes you to lose your toenail.
And a fungus, what does a fungus look like? How do I know if I have a fungus? How do I prevent losing my nail in the first place?
Well, first step is to get to an LCN nail technician immediately. How you would recognize it is your toenail will often loosen from the free edge, so from the front part. It will loosen. There's often a white discoloration, sometimes also turning to a yellow or brown discoloration. But the first point that you would see is the loosening in the front.
So is there something I can do with your products before I actually lose my nail? You have a product for that?
Yes, we have a product called Mycocept, which you can apply. It comes in a dropper bottle, and you would apply a drop underneath your toenail or fingernail.
And okay, so now I'm without fingernail or toenail. What's the first step? What do I do? Who do I call? Where do I go to?
Ghostbusters.
You can have a look on the website. On LCN, Looking Good LCN, you can have a look on our website, and you should find a relevant salon in your area which you can contact, and you can go have a consultation with them, and they will be able to give you the next step. And you can also go to our online store and you can purchase Mycocept.
It works on hand nails and obviously toenails as well.
Yes.
And is it the same procedure?
It'll be the same procedure. It's more often on the toenails. It's very seldom on the fingernails. It's mostly on the toenails that we get funguses and lose nails.
And how long does this last, this reconstruction? If it's on, the nail's back on, and you've neatly given me a new nail, how long will it last me?
Depending on how your toenail growth is, obviously the toenail grows, so you would have to keep replacing it. So we normally give it about 3 to 4 weeks.
And if it's stopped growing, because I know of nails that don't grow again?
That'll be a permanent damage. So I would still remove it every 3 to 4 weeks to make sure that everything underneath the product is still clean and healthy, and then I would reapply it every 3 to 4 weeks.
And how much are we talking about? What does it cost?
Depending on area and salon, you're looking at about 100 Rand per toenail.
Ah, that's very much affordable.
I'd like to just simplify it. I think for someone who's not sure, the word fungus is something that is very scary to most people. So if I can explain that any damage to your nail plate causes a prime breeding ground for fungus. So if you bend your natural nail back and you tear your hyponychium, fungus can set in. If you bump your toenail, fungus can set in. So it's very, people think it's a hygiene, and it only happens to some people, but it can happen to anybody. The way you'll recognize it, like Catherine said, where the nail bed begins to recede, I think the easiest way for someone who doesn't know from a professional level to recognize it is that when the free edge of your nail, you've got the white section of the natural nail, when that begins to become a little bit receding, in other words, that the shape of it changes, and perhaps on the side, can be in the middle, then as a precaution, I recommend that they visit an LCN salon in their area.
And you're right, all over South Africa?
We have salons throughout the country. We've got our salon finder on our website. Alternatively, they can also contact head office and we can see if we can assist them.
Okay, let's just quickly go back to that toenail. Say I've lost my toenail. How much of a nail do you actually need to reconstruct it? Do you need a nail to reconstruct it?
Yes, you do need a piece of toenail. Obviously, the product will lift from the skin, as the skin has its own moisture and oils. So the product will lift from the natural skin. So you need a piece of toenail for the product to attach to.
And once the nail is there, do I treat it as a normal nail? How does it work?
You can treat it as a normal nail. You will, however, just need to apply your Mycocept twice a day.
And I can paint it, I can do whatever I wish to do with it now.
Yes, just like you would with any normal toenail.
So basically, it looks normal. We have just reconstructed it, and you've created a synthetic yet beautiful looking nail. When you've got nail polish on, no one will know the difference. It's supposed to look natural as well. Why we can do this, I actually want to just explain, is because of the product specifically, which is our Vulvapedic. Now, LCN is formulated in a medical lab. It is everything to do with problem solving. That is the focus of the entire brand. So therefore, when it comes to the toes, it has been specially developed for fungus on the toes. It is not just a nail product that's been applied to the feet. We are unique in that we teach our students how to work on active fungus, whereas as a beautician or a nail technician, you're told to stay away from fungus, understandably so. The difference is we teach the students how to safely work on active fungus, removing the infected area and reconstructing with a specialized product. As I said, the Vulvapedic product is a very unique product. And Catherine, you can confirm with me here, the key ingredients here that it contains is your colloidal silver and pericotone olamine.
Yes, Lee, it's absolutely fantastic ingredients. What happens is the product actually cures under UV light, but these ingredients keep swimming around, touching the infected nail and healing the infected nail as they move around in the cured product.
I couldn't have explained that better. It is unbelievable. The technology in this product, actually, you cannot fathom how a nail product can be so sophisticated.
If I can say, LCN is absolutely beauty with brains.
There we go.
Great. How long does it take? How long does it take for a fungus to be cured? More or less? Have you got an idea? Does it differ?
It really differs from client to client, depending on how severe the fungus is and depending on how well you treat it. So we really can't put a time limit on these type of things.
I think the easiest way to say is that if permanent damage hasn't set in, as long as the nail, once you're using your Mycocept and it's been reconstructed, it will continue, the nail will grow and the nail bed will attach itself again and become a normal nail.
So that happens.
So,
the nail bed does attach itself again.
Well, that is the long-term goal, and that is what you'd like to see. The only time it doesn't happen is if it's actually permanent damage has set in, when you've had the injury for a long period of time.
Yes.
But I remain hopeful in every case that can
That is
restore.
going to happen.
I've seen the most fantastic results through the years.
Yes.
Okay.